Evening everybody, BlueMenpachi here again. Tonight's video log is about the notorious Styrofoam product. I'm going to answer a couple of questions along the way to keep the video log going. First question is, what is Styrofoam? Styrofoam is a type of plastic, but it's known as plastic number 6. It is also known as expanded polystyrene foam. It's used for a bunch of things like packing peanuts, styrofoam cups, bowls, plates, disposable ice chests. It's also found in things like safety gear, helmets, like that. So styrofoam is a type of plastic. Second question is, how is it made? I found a really cool video on how styrofoam is made. I'll put it in the description box. It starts off as a little tiny plastic pellet, and manufacturers will put it through a heating and a cooling process. Whenever they heat up these tiny little pellets, it can actually expand to about 40 or 50 times its original size, and as they heat it and they cool it, they can shape it into whatever form that they want. Third question is, why is it bad? It's bad for your body. A lot of things like styrofoam cups, bowls, plates, it contains your food, right? It holds your food. Whenever styrofoam is exposed to heat, it actually lets off a type of poison. It actually lets off a kind of neurotoxin. It's bad for your respiratory system. It can irritate your eyes. It can actually harm parts of your eye. So things like hot coffee, hot soup, whenever you throw it into the microwave to heat up food, it will let off this type of neurotoxin. If you're exposed to it for long periods of time, it can actually cause cancer and even kidney problems. So another reason why it's bad is it's bad for the environment. It's a petroleum product. It's made from oil. It's not sustainable. Whenever people throw it away, trust me, almost everything and anything that you throw away will find its way to the ocean. I promise you this. As I said earlier, it's a type of plastic, so whenever plastic is exposed to the sun's UV rays for too long, it'll actually go through this process called photodegradation. It just breaks into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces. It does not biodegrade. It can break down to a point where it even becomes so fine that it turns into a powder. So it's very bad. When this plastic powder, when these plastic pellets get into the marine and ocean ecosystem, real quick example, fish will mistake these plastic pellets and bits as a food source. So fish, birds, plankton, they will mistake it as a food source and they will eat it. People like myself who love eating fish have most likely ingested some type of plastic. Plastic debris is so abundant right now. There is no way you have not eaten plastic. Because styrofoam is so lightweight, it floats around very easily. It can get into almost every single waterway, every single major coastline on this entire planet. So, you know, it's a big pollution problem. Whenever this thing is just floating out there in the ocean, not only is it going through that photodegradation process I told you about, but it's also being exposed to light, sun, which is a heat source, so it's also emitting that poison I talked about, that neurotoxin. So this leads up to my fourth and final question, which is, what can you do? One major thing that you can do, the biggest thing that you can do right now at this point, is just don't buy the product. Just don't buy it. You as the consumer can choose not to buy. If you go to places like McDonald's or Jamba Juice, fast food places, restaurants, they'll most likely give you like a doggy bag. It's likely a styrofoam container. Just ask them if they have eco-friendly container. I know Outback here, whenever it gives, you know, its doggy bag things, they give it to you in a tin can with a plastic cover. And here on Maui, it's recyclable with their 3-can plan in your blue recycle bin. Jamba Juice, they usually give your smoothie in a styrofoam cup. Just ask them to give it to you in one of their bowls, because their bowls that they have is made of box board, which is recyclable. So just always ask for some kind of eco-friendly container. I've heard that you can write to the manufacturer and ask them not to make styrofoam products anymore. So I'm going to go try and figure that out and see if I can do that. You know, I had like a quick thought. We as the consumer pretty much control what we want made. So all you have to do is, if you don't want the styrofoam product, just don't buy it. You don't want this styrofoam product. And here's a couple of reasons why. Made from oil. It's wasting our oil resources. Things like your laptop, your cell phone, a video camera, anything made of plastic is made from oil. So you don't want to be wasting oil on this crappy little product that you're just going to throw away. You don't want to waste that. There are so many more technological advances that we could put oil towards instead of a disposable plastic cup. Styrofoam isn't recyclable, at least not where I live anyways. Places where they are recyclable, they cannot be contaminated with a food source. Things like packing peanuts, those things can be recycled because they haven't been introduced to any kind of contaminant. But things like plate lunches, styrofoam cups, bowls, stuff like that, they can't be recycled anymore because it's been exposed to a food contaminant. Don't buy the product. That's all you have to do, just don't buy it. I don't even know why this thing exists. It just wastes our oil resources and causes pollution. People aren't willing to sacrifice luxury and convenience for safety and sustainability. I'm gonna think about that, okay? I don't know if it makes sense, but it makes sense in my head right now for this video log. Check out my description box. I will put all of the videos I explained earlier, put a bunch of links and things so you can go check it out. Like my Facebook. Check out my my Wix site because it's really cool. And if you like me a lot, you can hit that subscribe button that's somewhere over here. BlueMenpachi out. I'm gonna pull a sup Ricky and say peace to you.